All right, good morning, friends. So today what we're going to be doing is kind of a self-portrait from the inside and then also from the outside. And I'll explain that a little bit in just a second. So for today, you're going to need 2 sheets of paper, a black marker or crayon, and then any kind of available color that you have. Like I used markers. If you have crayons or colored pencils, or even if you wanted to take a photograph of yourself and print that out, if you are able to do that at home, you can do that as well. You're also going to need scissors and a glue stick today. If you don't have a glue stick, maybe you can ask your parents for some tape and they can tape your portrait down to your background. So you're going to have a different kind of background. I used the computer to type out my name. My first name is Christina, if y'all didn't know that. And I just typed my name over and over and over again. And I actually just copy and pasted. But you can do this in different fonts, or you can make them different sizes. You can make all different fonts. Like each time you type your name, you could use a different font. That is totally up to you. Another option for a background is to just write your name in different ways. Okay, so you could do that. Another thing that you can do is if you have a favorite song and you wanted to print the lyrics or the music to that song, you could do that, and that could be your background for this project. Or if you want to draw something, I just did some fun scribbles that almost looks like I'm jumping rope with a really, really crazy jump rope. You can do that as well. So we're going to get started with the drawing. I'm going to show you how to draw a picture of yourself. And obviously it's not going to be quite realistic, but it is going to be kind of a cartoon version of yourself. We're going to use some basic shapes with rounded edges. We're going to be using like a circle or an oval for the head and for the ears, a rectangle for the neck, and then this is going to be a rectangular shape. Obviously, we're going to add more rectangles for the arms, and then 2 more rectangles for the legs, and then ovals down here for the feet. Okay, so I'm going to get started with this drawing. Now you're going to use pencil in case you need to erase. I'm going to use Sharpie so you guys can see it really well. Actually, I can probably use pencil. I think you guys will be able to see it because the camera is very close. So let me try it that way. All right, so we're going to get started with an oval for the head, and then 2 more ovals for the ears. Okay, my camera is a little bit wobbly. I just have this propped up on a box, so we'll see how this goes. We're gonna have a neck, and then we're gonna use rectangles for the body, but our bodies are not sharp. They don't have sharp edges, so we're gonna kind of round out those edges. Here is and these are called sketch lines. When you do small lines like this, that's a sketch line instead of just like drawing it super fast. So you can add a shirt. See, I'm kind of rounding those edges. Then I'm going to round the edges for my shoulders and make my arms. Okay. Then my other arm, again, with that rectangular shape. It's going to be kind of like I am hugging somebody, I guess. And I'm going to move the paper up. I'm going to add my legs. So you can make it to where you're starting to make kind of one big rectangle. But then when you get to the bottom, you can kind of stop those rectangles and then make a triangle, part of a triangle in the middle. Okay, that's okay for today. I mean, if I was really trying very hard, I would think I would go back and maybe erase and make these legs a little bit more even. Like I could do that now, right? And then I can use my eraser. Okay. And then also ovals for the shoes. I'm gonna add that detail. Okay, and some hands, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And maybe just some little details on the sleeves. Okay, around the neckline. Okay, I put Art Rocks on my shirt. You can put whatever you want. Okay, and then I added like a little lightning bolt. Okay, all right, and then I'm gonna add hair here. So for a girl, like for a boy, you could probably just leave it like that. For a girl, I'm going to erase the top part of the head because for a girl, it kind of gets a little higher, doesn't it? And then however long you want to make your hair. And we want to add 2 eyes. You can add ovals if you want to. I'm just going to have like little eyebrow expressions and a big smile for the hug that I'm going to give everybody when I see them. Okay, so then you're going to go back over this with Sharpie or with whatever you have. So if you have a black marker or if you have a Sharpie, that's great, but I would also put another sheet of paper underneath because you see what happens when you use Sharpie. Or you could use, what did I say, marker, Sharpie, colored pencils, crayons, whatever you have available. Okay, and then I'm just Sharpie this whole thing to where it looked kind of like that. Okay, and then let me look at my drawer here and get a marker. These are really cool markers. They have these at Michael's. They're called Tombow markers. And there's a fine tip and then there's kind of like this paintbrush tip. And you're going to go through and just fill all of that in, whatever color you want. Ooh, I just love these markers. Okay. Once you have that all filled in and it's looking nice and not scribbled, you are going to cut it out, and so you should have a person like this, and you're going to pick whatever background it is that you want. I'm going to do my You Are My Sunshine because I sing that to my kids all the time. And I would just take my glue stick. You don't have to put a ton, but you do want to make sure you get all of these little edges and corners and go all the way down and apply that on to your portrait. Okay, and then the next step would be to take a picture of this and upload it to your art folder in Seesaw. If you guys have any questions, just have your parents send me an email. I'm always available for you guys, okay? Miss you.